Good morning from the boardwalk. Starting here at the giving my Humphrey here, Charlie, giving my always regular tour of the boardwalk when we take a boardwalk trip. Could have started early today because we have lots to do later. We're at the wedding pavilion right now. This is the view you would have if you attended the wedding here. Here's the pavilion behind me. Hey, Miz. How you doing, girl? So here we go. So this is going to be the main boardwalk area because we're celebrating our 17th year of the boardwalk. As our, I am doing well, thanks. We have seen a lot of changes, both good and bad here, and this will be an interesting tour because, yeah, well, you'll see. You're going to see the new and the gone. So I'm going this direction because there's, you can see over here they're sprinkling. And if I went this way, I'd get freaking soaking wet. Good morning. So I've never seen a vehicle come down that aisle, this particular aisle before. But they might be setting up. It might be a wedding here today because it looks like they're here to set stuff up. So cool. Well, away we go. So everybody knows that the wedding pavilion here is the first thing you see of the boardwalk when you come from Epcot. Epcot is in that direction down the big long path. And we watched, I don't know if anybody saw last night, but Eileen streamed the fireworks from the bridge over there, which are kind of cool. It's kind of cool sight to see. But here, this is where the music changes. The lights change. Everybody knows that's been following me doing this before. I have this thing for lights and the kind of lighting that they use in the different spots around here. But once the boardwalk starts, the light switches to these kinds of standards here. And so does the music. Changes. And there's the actual boardwalk right there. We're on asphalt here, we're on the boardwalk there. And that's where the boardwalk truly begins. They always have these lovely benches for a nice little view in the morning. This place is great in the morning. A lot of people prefer it at night, but I prefer it in the morning when it's quiet. But, okay. Here we go. Cake bake shop. This used to be the ESPN Club years ago. You can see they kept the general shape of the ESPN Club, actually. They tore it down, all the exterior, but the actual bones of the building they kept. They just built a new structure around the bones that existed already for the ESPN Club. The shape is not that different from the old ESPN Club, really. But you talk about a difference in atmosphere. I think what they're doing, I'm not sure, don't quote me, this is just my opinion, which means nothing in the long and short of things, but they're making a quieter, gentler boardwalk, I think. Let's face it, I don't understand what they do, why they closed the ESPN Club. It was always busy. always busy. It was, it was the one of the anchors of Boardwalk, and it was always active. But it was this place, Cake Bake Shop, is much quieter, much quieter. And then that's what I'm talking about making a kinder, gentler boardwalk, I guess, because that seems to be what they're trying to do, or attempting to do, or maybe the decision was made for them by some of the tenants that left. But ESPN Club belongs to Disney, so I was surprised when they closed it. And especially since apparently the business was great. Now we've eaten here. We had breakfast here. It was pretty good. I really have to admit. We had cake here. Meh. You can get better cake at downtown Disney Springs, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion, of course. But the cakes are okay, but they're just, I think, a little overhyped and really expensive. Here you see this is Boardwalk Inn. You can tell by the less colorful buildings. There's Boardwalk View rooms up there. And here's the Boardwalk ice cream store. Now the Boardwalk, the previous tenant, I forget the name of it now, Ample Hills. Ample Hills Creamery was the best tenant they ever had in here. The Boardwalk, that they went bankrupt. Yeah, well, they were in the process of putting a place together at Disney Springs too. Ample Hills, great ice cream, absolutely great ice cream, and they went belly up in the process. So they closed down here, and they never did open the place at Disney Springs. Then Boardwalk Ice Cream took over. This is Disney owned. It's not a tenant. And it's not the same kind of concoctions, but it's exactly the same ice cream that they use over across the way at Beaches and Cream. And so if you like the Beaches and Cream ice cream, the type of ice cream they use there, you'd like this place too. It's okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've ever had, but the place before this, Ample Hills, was remarkably better. Not a Disney-owned place. But maybe that's why. I don't know. The previous Boardwalk Bakery is now called the Boardwalk Deli. Simply because they went to more... they still do bakery. And I don't think it's quite as good as it used to be, the bakery, but they went to more savory stuff too, sandwiches and salads and stuff like that. That's the deli name. And so it's better. They have better lunches for sure now. A couple good sandwiches, really. Yeah, not bad. The bakery, I don't think the baked goods are quite as good as they used to be. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I meant when they were more concentrated on the bakery side of the things. But it's pretty much the same otherwise. It's not that much different except what they offer, and then changing the sign, of course. One of the things, here's the margarita store, Marvelous Margaritas. This place is really popular, very, very popular. And there used to be more of these kinds of operations, these kiosk type operations here. Now there's only 2. They've cut down on that too, how many kiosk operations there are here. It's this one, and over there, the next one over, is the corn dog place that people seem to love. I'm not a corn dog fan, so I don't care. But apparently this corn dog place is the same one they kind of have at Disneyland that's real popular. But this place, the margarita place, it's not just margaritas. It's basically a bar that specializes in margaritas, but it's a bar. And it's very popular. It really is. Last night they had a line, and that was a Wednesday night. Trattoria El Forno. Miz, if you're still with me. One of the great breakfast places. Al Forno eggs, all I'm going to say. She knows. I know. Maybe a couple other, if anybody else is watching, knows too. But this is a really good breakfast. Somewhat, it's got normal, normal, I mean typical breakfast offerings, but they have some unusual ones too. And one of them is Al Forno eggs, and I can attest that Ms. and I are fans of that breakfast. Let's take one of the nice views of Boardwalk views here. We're going to head all the way to the other end, and because I want to tell people, pizza, they got the pizza window still. The pizza's not as good as it used to. They've gone through phases of pizzas here, how good they are and how good they aren't. They've had really good pizza here, really bad pizza here. Right now it's kind of meh, somewhere in between. It's kind of similar, but not quite as good as over at the Italian. What's the Italian restaurant? I forget that makes pizza. It's a little not quite as good as that, but I think that pizza over in Italy is overrated too. So they don't do whole pizzas here anymore either, and they only have two kinds of slices: cheese and pepperoni. That's it. That's the only thing you can get here now, and it's kind of meh. We had some last night, and it was just meh. That's my whole point about what's going on around here. It's a lot of meh. Abracadabra bar, interesting little bar, but it's small. It's got some interesting drinks. It's based on magic. A lot of the decor is really cool. The interior based on magic and magic apparatus, all kinds of displays and stuff. And I haven't been in there in a while, but the waiters and the bartenders used to do some magic stuff. I don't know if they do anymore. I honestly don't do it anymore. We were there one night, and it was some kind of cool stuff, and one waiter tried to do some magic and poured. You know that trick where they pour it into some kind of cone and all the stuff disappears? Well, it dripped right on to the customer. The trick didn't work very well. But this is a kind of cute place. It gets crowded very quickly because it's not that big. But it's kind of different. It's certainly a different kind of place. Flying Fish went from the greatest restaurant on grounds to not so good and back to being great again. It's really doing, my opinion, it's doing very well again. It's still got some of the best meals around, I think. It's expensive though, really expensive. Here's the village green. Our room is in this area this year. We're not streaming our room because there's a big honking tree right in front of our balcony where we would stream a room view from. You can't see anything but the freaking tree, which we didn't think people would be all that interested in seeing because it's a tree. If we scan through the tree, we could watch the movie every night from our balcony. But other than that, it's nice. You know what I like about the room here? It's really close to the elevators. For Eileen especially, that's good. It's interesting because it's got a view of this. It's not considered a boardwalk view because you really can't see much of the boardwalk from where we are. If you stare through, you can see a bit of the boat dock, but not very much. Not enough to put a camera up. So we didn't. So if you're looking for a room view from us this year, sorry. We just didn't feel like broadcasting a tree would be a really good thing. It wouldn't. make people want to watch. But we're down this way, up here. We're down towards the end here, we're really close to the lobby. We're very, very close to the elevators, and which is really nice. But we're not that high up. We're on the main floor. The main floor of the boardwalk is actually the second floor. You see down here, this is the first floor, but up there, that's the main lobby right up there. It's kind of on a second level. It's like an old bi-level house in a way. Our room is right over here. As you can see, this humongous tree is right in front of everything, and that's our balcony right there. Now, the thing is, we tried it, and you couldn't see anything except a whole ton of leaves. Unlike most of the northern section, and the leaves don't leave the trees quite as much here. Right through here is the pool. But that's not what I came to show you today. Here's another place that's shut down. I call it the rich people's store. I forget the name of it. I never went in it, but they left because they said the rent was too much. They just couldn't afford that, and I rarely saw anybody in that store, to be honest with you. Everything was so expensive. It was really cool stuff, but you can see right now, there's nothing there anymore. It's just a darkened room, and that's going to be the theme for a good portion of the rest of our trip, the rest of our stream here. We have a theme developing here, I'm afraid. Sometime, so I mean, it's kind of somewhat depressing, and I don't like being depressing, but it's I don't know what they're doing, you know. I'm not quite sure what the plan is, or if they have a plan, because as you progressively, the active part of the boardwalk is by the boardwalk end. Everything's occupied there. And then our first unoccupied area is right here. That doesn't faze me that much. I never much cared for that store, or absolutely, or really ever. I went into it once, and I went, holy colada. Some beautiful stuff, but holy colada. It isn't for the faint of heart. If you don't like pulling out your wallet that much. But here's the general store. This is, of course, the place where you can get your groceries. And they have as you go down the way here, they have clothing and souvenirs and stuff like that you can get. Or as they call mouseware. Various door entries. It's like listed as 3 different stores, but they're all connected. You never know you're not in the same store. It's one of those things, like, it just various ways to get in, but it's nice. It really is. It's a nice store. It really is. It's I like it. Has everything you could, if you forgot something. Of course, you pay Disney prices for it, but if you forgot something, they have it usually. So that's pretty good. Okay, here we go. And now we're going to start abandoned boardwalk. Well, you see that white canopy there? That used to be Big River Grill. It was a restaurant and a microbrewery. They made their own beer there and stuff, and it was kind of famous for that. The food was good. Was it outstanding? I wouldn't say so, but it was good. It was solid. Brew pub kind of food. That's what it was. Again, it was not a Disney-owned place. Big River Grill was a tenant, and they, like a couple, a theme here. If you're relating to a theme here, they couldn't afford it anymore. It just wasn't paying off. At least that's what they said. They were just suddenly gone, by the way. I don't know if you, no, you can't see in there, but you can see that there's nothing in there anymore. These tables remain, but that's it. They painted over the Big River Grill sign. So you can basically see faintly, in the Big River Grill. I don't know what they painted it over. Kind of badly, I might add. If you're going to paint over something, you can do a better job of that, I would think. But nonetheless, so abandoned, gone. But here's the thing. There's been no announcement that anything's going to replace this. That anything's going to replace it. It just sits here, and it's sat here like this for quite a while now. For quite a while. TVC still has their little display. It's a one bedroom. This is a one bedroom that they use for DVC sales and stuff. So people come take a look at it, so they get an idea what a DVC room looks like. And here we go. And our next abandoned building coming up, and that's this. And again, Big River Grill was pretty popular. This place was ridiculously popular. Doing Pianos Bar. This place was ridiculously popular. ESPN Club and this place were the two of the anchors of the Boardwalk, and both of them are now gone. This again was another place doing pianos that was not Disney owned. They leased here. They did not go belly up or anything. They moved. They just moved. They just couldn't maintain this anymore. Even as popular as they were, it just got to be too much for them to. And I guess they had a disagreement or something with Disney about re-upping. And I think they moved. I know they moved, but I don't know where, to be honest with you. And it's in the area. I know that. They weren't planning on leaving the area. They just aren't at Disney anymore. And this place was ridiculously popular. I mean, especially on weekends, there were lines out here to get in, waiting to get in. So here you go again, a darkened building. There's nothing in it. So from all the way over there to here is basically abandoned. This used to be an area, a real popular area, lots of traffic. And so we've stayed, on the boardwalk here, right along here, rest of the way, even down over here. And it was a hub of activity, and the buskers don't come down to this side anymore. The nighttime entertainers on the boardwalk, they just stay over there now because there's nothing going on over here. There's nobody here. It's like all traffic cuts off right about at the store. And they might go by the Village Green area right in front of the store, maybe. That's as far as they go. They used to come down here. We used to be able to sit in our balconies and watch the buskers entertain. And there's nothing to see anymore. They don't come down here because the crowd isn't here. There's nothing drawing a crowd down to this end, what I would call the Boardwalk Villas side of the boardwalk. Boardwalk inside does okay. It's still not as big. Generally speaking, because of this quieter, the boardwalk is not as busy. The last couple of years we've come, it's not nearly as busy as it used to be. I don't know. Some people like that probably. They like it being quieter. I know. I understand that. But I kind of liked it. I thought it was neat. It was a hub of activity. It was neat. It was cool. It's not like nobody's coming. People are coming, but it's not like there's just not as much to draw people here. It's not an entertainment district anymore. It used to be a place that you could get entertainment. That's not what it is anymore, because all the entertainment stuff except that. And here's the funny thing. It's the Atlantic Dance Club is the only thing that exists anymore in the entertainment venues, and it was by far the least popular of the entertainment venues on the boardwalk. I mean, you don't have to believe me. You can just read the history around here and everything. This has had many different things. There used to be like an old ballroom dance type of place when it first opened, but that didn't go over, I guess. I thought it was a cool idea, but they apparently didn't work. And but now it's a DJ with very 70s, 80s, 90s today music dance club. It's a big loud dance club, and it's easy to get in here. You don't have to wait. It's not like it's terrible. I mean, it's not, but it's not very popular, and it's a really loud inside. You can't hear it out here very much. And they have private events here too. It's a nice venue. It really is. But it's just not. But this is Disney owned. This is Disney DJ and everything are Disney employees and stuff. It's the only one that wasn't a private group here. It's the only reason it's still open. It's the only thing going right now down here, and it's not as big a draw as that was, and as ESPN Club was. Cake Bake Shop does a decent business, I think, but nothing like ESPN Club did. But that's why I'm wondering. I know, bray on about this, but it seems to me that Disney's plan, if any, which I don't know because these places have been abandoned for quite a while now, is they want a quieter boardwalk. But it's the only thing I can assume from that. I mean, the Cake Bake Shop is like much quieter than the ESPN Club. These places are gone, so it's much quiet. On this end, it's like dead silence. So I don't know. I'm kind of puzzled if there's a plan. I mean, are these buildings just going to sit here and abandoned for a few more years? Or I'm not quite sure what's going on, because they don't seem to know either. There's been no announcements of anything except the announcements that they were leaving and they were closing. That was it. There was nothing saying, but wait till you see what we're bringing in there next. Nothing of that sort. And they haven't announced anything at all. So we have these lovely buildings sitting here with nothing to do. It's too bad. It really is. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do today. That's all I wanted to do and I'm sorry if you're depressed or everything, because it's still a beautiful view. It's still a beautiful resort. It's just much quieter. Much less to do. To actually do. If you still want a sit-down meal, there's like 3 very nice restaurants by the boardwalk. Cake Bake Shop is good. Trattoria is very good, especially breakfast. Flying Fish is excellent, but expensive. But you want a sit-down place to eat, you got some good options here. But if you want to have some fun, you want to be entertained, not much except that. So, Crest of the Wave. We've stayed there very often. El Forno, yeah. Eggs El Forno. Yeah, I know Jelly Rolls closed. I just said that. Yeah, it was Jelly Rolls. I always call it dueling pianos because that's what they did. I don't know if anybody ever was in Jelly Rolls, but it was a dueling pianos. Two guys usually up there playing songs. People could send requests and stuff like that. It was kind of fun, and they were very entertaining. And here's a little known fact: they did close it, Tina. That the this establishment it was privately, like I said, privately run. It wasn't a Disney-owned place. It was just leased, and that was the last venue on Disney World property to ban smoking from inside the place. They were the last ones to do that. They held out for quite a few years, actually. You could smoke in that inside the building, and that was the last one. That was the last one. The dueling pianos? Were you at dueling pianos? I'm sorry, jelly rolls. Yeah. A fun place. Like I said, very popular. Very, very popular place. What wasn't your favorite, Liz? I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up. About jelly rolls? Yeah, it was out. A lot of people liked it. Like I said, on weekends especially, it was nuts there. Nuts popular then. So we're walking back along the. This is the DVC kiosk here, right across from the display room over there. Say this is what we pay for it though. It's this lovely view. Oh yeah, they were. You're right. I agree about that. They were a bit. Although it varied because they were different players at different times. Some were more obnoxious than others. But it depends. Yeah, you got the night when that could be. It wasn't the same guys like every night, I don't think. But maybe it was for a while. There we go. The boats are moving along today. That one's going to the studios. That one is going to Epcot. I can just tell by direction. Eventually, first you stop. That one's going to stop at Yacht and Beach Club and then come over to Epcot. That one's heading also for the Yacht and Beach Club on the other side of the pier, but it's heading for the studios. So there you go. Learn it. Anyhow, Yacht Club, Beach Club, Boardwalk, and then down this way, the other side of the Atlantic Dance is the Swan and Dolphin. Those are the Epcot resort area. And there's one more shot of another abandoned building, the former Big River Grill. See, here's this bothers me a little bit because if you can still make out, I don't know if you can see it on here, you can still make out Big River Grill on there. They just some cheap white paint to paint over the sign on there, up there. Oh yeah, is she? Cool. Is she going with the whole family going? Probably. She's here with her family. We're going to see them tonight, I think. We're going to see Kim tonight and Mary. They're meeting us, I think, at Steakhouse 71. We're not eating together. They're going to be at the bar. That's the rumor that tonight we're eating at Steakhouse 71 tonight. because later this afternoon, people, by the way, I will make a fearless ad here. We are going to be at Magic Kingdom with Rye. We're meeting Rye. We're actually meeting up with Rye. We're this whole trip. Uh, this is Jersey week, so people who know Rye, he's a teacher in New Jersey, and this is Jersey week, so he gets off. So he takes a trip, pretty much. I think every year in November. I think he does. Don't quote me on that though, because I'm not quite sure. Yeah, we're gonna meet him there tonight. The thing is, which will be very nice, because I think Kim's leaving on Saturday or something. But we're going to be here for next Tuesday. But it'll be very nice. But we're going to be at the Magic Kingdom streaming, of course, at Magic Kingdom, meeting up with Rye. We got a bunch of stuff to do there. We're going to do the Jingle Cruise, so look forward to that. Believe it or not, that's up and going already. Pretty much a good portion of the Christmas decorations are up at the Magic Kingdom, because they're starting this weekend the Christmas parties. I know on Sunday there's one, because they close at 6. And it's going to be a Christmas party, believe it or not. They start those things like freaking sooner every time. It's pretty crazy. So Village Green here. Again, we're back at the Village Green, and I'm going to head up to our room. We are going to be sometime this afternoon. I know our first Lightning Lane is at 1:20. Don't count on us being there right at 1:20. Depends. But it's going to be afternoon. We're going to be at the Magic Kingdom today, more than likely. So I don't know, unless Eileen wants to go earlier. Before Rye's getting in this morning, that's why we're starting in the afternoon with him. He's not getting here till sometime this morning. He should be on his way, as a matter of fact. I'm pretty sure he's on his way now. We will. So here on the Village Green, this is artificial grass. I've told people that before, because people walk across it. So it used to be real grass, and it was trod on so often as a shortcut. People walk across here, that it was wearing down the grass a lot, and people were sitting on it and, enjoying it. They lay out blankets and just eat lunches here and stuff. Now they still do that stuff, but it's on our artificial turf. This is where they show the movies at night. We saw a movie last night. They're showing a Christmas movie of some sort, Scrooge's Christmas or something to do with Scrooge, tonight. Now, like I said, we have our balcony is right over here, and they back project it, right? They have a projector, a screen here, and then behind it they have a rear projection, and everybody sits out here watching the movie. We see the back end of it, so everything's in reverse, including the dialogue. Yeah, it's fun. It is nice. It is fun. It really is. They used to show them by the pool, and then they moved it here, which I think is much nicer. They have blankets that you can sit on, and I think they have a couple like things like marshmallows and stuff like that. So, and it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. So there you go, folks. I don't know. Maybe. No, I don't think so, because there's a lot of noise up there now. But, I'm sure they did. It's really cool. It's a cool venue area. It's a really nice area, laying on the grass and stuff. It's really nice, or the fake grass. But it's very nice. A very nice big screen and everything. And, yeah. I mean, they do it at a lot of resorts, of course. The Yacht Beach Club, they do it on the beach. They do show movies on the beach down there. So they show movies over there, too. So if you don't like the movie here, you can go across the lake and watch the movie they're showing there. There's different movies usually. Okay, guys, I appreciate everybody. I really do. I'm going to hit the road now. I'm going to go see my girlfriend. I don't know if she's awake yet. We'll see. And we'll see you later at Magic Kingdom. You're welcome. It's nice to see you guys. Nice to see you too, Tina. So we will see you later. Bye.